All right, you're here with the San Diego Spotlight, where we shine the light on business leaders around San Diego County. I'm your host, Elizabeth Story, bringing you the inside story. I'm here with Gregg Cantor from Lampert Design, Build, and Remodel, and Kim Morrison from 105.7 Max FM. So I want to do a little bit of fastballs. This morning, it's ESPN. Come on.
Ready?
I'm ready.
So this morning I read an article about 10 things to ask your contractor. So can we do a little role play here, and I'll be the consumer and you be the contractor, which you are?
I'll pretend.
Okay. Put your contractor boots on. All right. So first question, what is your schedule?
Schedule as far as a job schedule?
Yes.
Well, it depends on the scope of the job, but typically demolition is the first, thing that happens in construction.
What time are you going to show up in the morning?
7:30 or 8 a.m.
And what time do you leave?
Somewhere by 5.
Do you bring breakfast?
A lot of times
Donuts.
the clients make breakfast.
And who will be here every day, and who's going to be running the job?
Well, we have 2 project managers, so it'd either be Joe or Steve.
Okay, and so they're on the job most every day?
Most every day, yes.
All right. And how will you protect my property?
Well, that's part of we have a pre-construction kickoff conference where we prepare our clients and we prepare ourselves too. And a lot of times clients have pets or small children, so we have to make sure that they're kept safe.
So you come with a babysitter?
No babysitter, but
dog walker?
we just make sure that, we don't have trash piles that are where kids or dogs could play. Sometimes we set up safe rooms for the pets with, posted do not enter, and we put locks on those doors. We make sure security is good with a lockbox, like a real estate lockbox.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have to go in and put board and plastic down on the floors or mask off whole rooms just so that we can contain the dust.
I can tell you right now, this is not something that every contractor does. Again, back to my personal experience, I had dust everywhere, holes in the floor, stuff was left unlocked, there was a fuse box left open. I mean, this is definitely, again, going back to above and beyond top quality.
Well,
One-stop shop.
Right.
You are.
Well, and that's the prep work is important, but it's also important to have a point person, and that's why we have a project manager assigned to every job. And that way, if there's something that comes up, he can be reached at any time.
And how do you usually communicate with your clients?
I wrote a whole blog post about communication because when I started out in the business, there was no cell phones, there was no fax machines. I'm dating myself big time, but I had a pager that was like a squawk box that had a 10-second message I listened to. Now we communicate through email, through text messages, through fax, phone calls, you name it. And that's the key. Is I think that's what sets our company apart, is that our communication, the clients always know what's going on. I'm not going to say it's a perfect world. Once in a while someone might get delayed or have to be rescheduled, but our clients know that that's happening.
Yeah. And so what does happen if there is a change order, and let's say it's requested by the consumer, or let's say maybe you opened up a wall and there's water damage there. What happens in those types of situations?
We get through it. If it's something that we had no way of knowing about, sometimes we'll either split the cost or we'll minimize the cost, but we get through it in a timely manner. Nobody likes changes. Nobody likes extra costs. We don't either. There's no perfect answer to that question. It doesn't happen very often where we find surprises like that, but when we do, we just, like I said, get through it the best we can.
And communicate,
right?
Okay.
And we try to minimize it as best as we can.
So do you have any projects around your house right now that are ongoing?
Well, we just moved a couple years ago, so we haven't done anything, but eventually we do need to do stuff.
Your own stuff.
We moved from a big house to a smaller house, so.
Add square feet.
Because honest to God, I would want one of you in my family. Seriously, you got to cover the doctor. You got the doctor covered. You got to have a computer guy. You need an Apple genius, and you need you.
Yes, that's right. Okay, now what about your clients who are going back and forth? They're having trouble making a decision. What do you do to keep a project on track when customers are having trouble making a decision?
We just sometimes it's just patience because it takes time for people. Some people aren't good at making a decision, and we try to help with that with different designs. But again, we just have to be patient.
Well, and I guess again that comes back to your technology, being able to see it. Like you showed me a beautiful remodel on the iPad, and it's one of those things like you're standing in a showroom and there's 20,000 different kinds of paint, 20,000 different kinds of tile.
Panic attack.
Yeah. It's overwhelming.
Well, and so on the more complicated jobs where there's bathrooms, kitchen, a lot of finishes,
Yes.
then frequently we use an ASID interior designer that actually heads that up and takes clients to showrooms to look at granite or tile or whatever, and then helps them. So because just being organized is an important part of making decisions.
Oh my gosh.
And some people are, both parties are working, they have kids, they don't have a lot of time.
So you got to be that guy.
Well, or a designer, interior designer.
Somebody from your
group, yeah.
And speaking of ASID, which I know a lot of people probably don't know what that is, that's the American Society of Interior Designers. And now you have a tour coming up in October, on October 25th from 9 to 5, where people can actually go and see your work. That's in Bankers Hill. There's, 7 houses on that tour?
6 or 7 houses, and it's open to the public to go tour these homes. The clients we worked for, their name are the Metcalfs.
Okay.
We did a major kitchen renovation. It's an old, and this is actually a historical house it's a Mills Act house that has the medallion on the front of it. So it's a really cool house.
And so some people might not know what that is either. Mills Act is for historical homes, and it actually has some tax benefits. So it's an incentive for people who have those historical homes to keep the face of them and preserve the quality of the neighborhood and the historical charm of the neighborhood.
Right.
Was that more challenging for you?
It is more challenging, but it's one of the coolest things though, because we were able to match the same decor. We actually even kept some features that were existing. Like there's this mirror over the sink, which is, I've never seen that before, but this little mirror that is right over the kitchen sink, and we did not demo that. We kept it there, and it's incorporated into the kitchen.
Okay, now why would they have a mirror right there? I mean, it sounds super cool.
Is it for like
first thing in the morning? I don't know if I want to see me.
I don't want to be out of line here, not be politically correct, but is it like to check your makeup or something?
Over the kitchen sink?
Yeah, that's like the last place that I'm even going to care about my makeup.
When I'm doing the dishes, I'm not really thinking about my makeup. I'm going to be honest right now.
That's funny though, but you kept it.
And it was a very small kitchen that we maximized.
Maybe it was meant to make the kitchen look bigger. If it was small.
Maybe, but the kitchen has everything in it. Even the laundry area is built in. The refrigerator looks like an old ice box. It's all flush with the cabinets.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
I love those old ice boxes and old stoves and things like that. Do you have many projects where you bring in kind of an old historical item, or you might go to some kind of renovation site where they have older items?
A lot of them. Like the one that Kim went to with me in Delmar, the owner went to one of the restoration places and got a piece of driftwood that he used for the mantle, and we installed it for him.
Oh, how gorgeous. Is it difficult to work with different types of wood like that, maybe preserved wood or old wood?
Not really. I mean, if you have the right people to do the work, then it's pretty easy.
And you have the right.
Yeah, he's like, hello, got it.
That's great. All right, well, we're here with Gregg Cantor from Murray Lampert Design, Build, and Remodel. You can check them out online at murraylampert.com. They're located right here in Mission Valley, or you can give them a call at 619-285-9222. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the charity work that they're doing. Stick around.